This is the ex-girlfriend of all headlamps. Sure, it looks good, and it's got some great features, but it's got a lot of problems that I just don't want to deal with. Hey guys, T2 out here. Welcome back to the Type Preparedness channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Biolite 330 headlamp and why I consider this headlamp to be the ex-girlfriend of all headlamps. So as you guys know, I absolutely love the nitecore NU25 and the nitecore NU32. These are two excellent choices in headlamps. They're very similar. So for this video, I'm just going to be talking about the 25, but everything swaps over to the 32. So the NU25 has been my go-to headlamp for over a year now. I have both the 25 and the 32 in my bug out bag and the 25-32 setup in my get home bag. But they do have some problems that, maybe I wanted to get rid of. The biggest issue that I see with both of these is there's not enough lighting modes. You do start off with your moonlight mode. This is great for picking up that drop object or looking inside of your tent for something. Then the next step is 33 to 38 lumens. This is enough to see to go use the bathroom or to see to cook, and it's still not enough to blind someone. This is 190 lumens. Now that's quite a big jump from 1 to 38 to 190. I go from just enough light to see right here in front of me to enough light to see right here, but then it jumps up to 190 lumens. And that's really my only complaint about either one of these headlamps. So I was looking for something different. And that is where the Biolite 330 fell into play. It's very low maintenance. It's a very decent looking headlamp. It's very simple to use. Watch. One button. Turns it on. It's got a pretty good battery life to it. And yeah, it fits nice. Looks good. Puts out a lot. I thought that this was going to be the perfect headlamp. Not so much. So let's go over the Biolite 330 and find out why I consider this to be like an ex-girlfriend. This is 330 lumens, hence the 330 name. They also have a Biolite 200 and a Biolite 750. So this is the middle child, if you will, of the Biolite brand. This is a super lightweight headlamp, weighing in only at 2.43 ounces. It has a built-in 900 milliamp hour battery right here in the back with a USB charging port on the bottom. It is IPX4 rated, which means, yeah, it can get splashed on, it can get a little wet, but you wouldn't want to submerge it. This has a true fit moisture wicking strap. So this is probably the most comfortable headlamp I've ever put on. There's not much weight up here. There's a little bit of weight in the back, but between them, this thing isn't moving. This is one of the most popular headlamps for nighttime running because, yeah, it puts out and it doesn't really bounce. So if you tighten this thing up a little bit, it ain't going nowhere. Now, as I mentioned with 25, having moonlight, then 38, then 190, this one has quite a few features. So with this headlamp, you get spot mode, you get flood mode, you get both, you get spot flashing, and then you get a red light. Now the reason that I bought this headlamp was to replace the 25 and the 32. 138, 190. Well, what does this one do? Well, when you turn it on to one of the modes besides strobe and red, you can actually dim it as far as you want to. Too low, bring it back up. Just hold it down. This headlamp features 230 lumens on the spot and 100 lumens max on the flood. Again, it is dimmable. 330 lumens total combined. Again, it is dimmable. Again, your flashing and your red light modes are non-dimmable. On low mode, this headlamp will run for 40 hours. So if this headlamp has all these great features and has all these cool numbers, has dimmable mode, has spot, has flood, has the red, why do I dislike it? The number one reason why I dislike this headlamp, on the night cores, I turn it on, 1, 2, 3, 4, turns off. If I want to swap modes on the night core, turn it on, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This one has a 4-second delay before it shuts off. This one has about a half a second delay before it shuts off. It's on. It's off. It's on. It's off. It's on. It's off. I didn't speed that up. That is actual real world time. So you turn it on, 1, off, 1. That is a problem, because on this one, you click it on, you say, I need a little bit brighter. Maybe a little bit more bright. Okay, good. Too bright, too bright. Let me go through it again. This one gives you that few seconds to decide if it's bright enough or not. This one barely gives you enough time to think. I just don't like that. Number 2, this one and the 32 have buttons for your white light and your red light. They are separate buttons. There's not much space in between them, but they are separate. So if I want red, I click this one. If I want white, I come up here and I click this one. The red is built in. So when starting at the beginning, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it shuts off. Then you finally get to red. If I'm using this headlamp for hunting at night and I want that red light and I'm having to shuffle through all of these other modes to get to it, I'm going to scare the animal off. With nitecore, I just click the red light and then it comes on. The nitecore buttons are not very big. However, they have ridges and you can feel the separation between the buttons. The Biolite, the one button it has, is half the size of the 25's single button. So not only is there less buttons, but the button is smaller. Now with this one, there's nothing hampering it from me touching it. With the Biolite, it's got this little shield, which is actually used to tilt the headlamp. But then that's where the button is. So the already small size of the button is hampered by this shield looking thing. So good luck using this headlamp while wearing gloves, because here I am, meaty fingers all over it and not even touching it. You really have to get the perfect angle and use your nails to actually press it. Like I said, this thing has some great features. 230 lumens from this spotlight. Very, very impressive. Being dimmable all the way from moonlight mode all the way up to that 230. Your flood, 100 lumens. This one only features like a 19 lumen flood. This one goes all the way up to 100. Very impressive. Having them combined and being able to dim them, that way, yeah, you can see spot, you can see your area, but maybe it's a little bright. Let's bring it down. Cool. I'm right here. I want to bring it up a little bit. Awesome. I mean, it's got great features. So I've had this headlamp for about 2.5 months now. I've been piddling around with it, playing around with it. And it was supposed to replace the nitecore in U25 or the 32. But just like a lot of X's, you know, you go back to it every once in a while thinking maybe it's fixed the problems. Maybe it's resolved its issues. Maybe you can learn to live with the problems that it has. And just like a lot of them, no, I can't. I can't live with it. like a lot of the X's, it looks good. It's got a lot of great features, but it's got a lot of problems that needs to fix. Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Check out the Biolite series of headlamps, or don't. I don't get paid for this. Hope y'all guys have a good day. T2 out.